What is going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 89 of Littleroot Lessons. As always, I'm your host, Carter Noble, joined by our fantastic co-host, Carl Wilkin, and our invitational winner, Rowan Hall. What is going on, guys?
Say nothing much. I'm excited to talk to Rowan about this invitational team that you've been playing on laddering for the past, it'd be a week now. Yeah.
Rowan, how are you, my dude?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, this is...
Thanks for having me on.
I'm really excited to actually get to talk to you, and because this is the first time we've actually talked. I know we, message each other from time to time, but actually hearing your voice is very different.
See, I watch the YouTube content, so I know what his voice already sounded like.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't. My YouTube content is absorbed at work, and it's just background noise.
Yeah.
Actually listening and watching stuff is next to impossible anymore.
Yeah, I understand for that because you're just running around doing back and forth. I actually just I could set my phone in the corner and I could walk away and I'm gonna come back and he's still there.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere.
So let's just jump right in here today, man. So podcast episode today, we're gonna be talking with Rowan for quite a bit, get some experience from him about the Invitational and just in general. And then Carl and I are going to finish up talking about Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl coming out and, just general stuff about the game. Carl has avoided literally all the spoilers that have been going on Twitter, so
yep.
Should be basically a spoiler-free preview review of the game.
Hopefully.
So
Carter, don't leak anything.
So, Rowan, introduction here. How are you, my dude? How long have you been playing? And, what do you think of Sword and Shield as a whole?
Okay, wow. Yeah, so I've...
One question at a time.
I'm Rowan. You might know me as Mocha if you're on the Littleroot Discord. I only started VGC in Series 5. I kind of started with the quarantine. Needed something to keep me busy, and this, was a theory crafter's dream of a game, but, I've been playing Pokemon since I was 9 or something with Blue version. Since the beginning, I just didn't really even realize that there was a competitive scene. And so, around when COVID hit and I saw, I think some Cybertron content or maybe Wolfie, it was I really wanted to try that. And it just clicked really quickly. It was awesome.
Oh, for sure.
Sword and Shield, I think it's better than everybody says it is. I missed my dungeons, but I think it's really good. So yeah, I don't care about Dexit.
Yeah,
dude. Honestly, at this point, I would be very surprised if we ever see a Pokemon with a full Pokédex ever again. It's
there's just so many. I would love to get some of my old favorites back, but they'll be in the next game probably. It doesn't matter.
We are closing into 900 unique Pokemon, ignoring forms. So once you include forms, I think it's closing into 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
It's
and Megas and Gmax and all that. Yeah, that's just crazy.
It's programming all that into a game at this point is it's possible, but I'm good. Just give me a limited dex format. That sounds great.
What's
it's more fun competitively, honestly.
Yeah, the limited dexes are great because you just you have to pick and choose.
Yeah.
You don't get access to everything, so you don't get access to the best necessarily right off the start, like we did for early Sword and Shield, where it was just you're stuck using Arcanine as your Intimidator because there is no Incineroar that is now running rampant through the format and all that.
Yeah, I guess you've naturally, never actually played a format without Incineroar.
I wanted to real bad, and I tried to make Arcanine work, and then Incin was there, and I was like, why am I doing this to myself?
Exactly.
This is just better.
Yeah.
Just strictly better.
There's an argument for it because you get more content. They can just trickle out a little more mons every few months, and VGC wouldn't have been it wouldn't have lasted as long for me if I didn't get new stuff added every few months.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine these former users all right, this is the format. We'll talk to you next year. Have fun. It's what? Okay.
No.
Yeah, my attention span is.
Sure, obviously the format evolves and everything, but having your niche picks is all right, this is good for literally this week, and we will never see it again.
Yep.
That's just not something that happens anymore. It's all right, this is good for the next few months, and then we'll see what happens next series. Togekiss is a perfect example of that. Where it was absurdly powerful to start out Sword and Shield, and now it's oh yeah, that's in the game.
Yep, you just forget about it sometimes.
Yeah, I love Series 6. Like I made all kinds of stuff work back then that
Carter loved
would
that
not
series.
will never now.
Series 6 is probably my favorite format. If it's not, it's really close. Like 3 was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
5 is fine. I prefer 6 just because, like, again, it's a limited move pool, like a limited mon pool, so it's pretty great. What is your personal favorite series that you've played at this point?
I think I like 7 and 9 the best, but yeah, 6 was great. I think I had like a Gardevoir team, I had a Jolteon team, like that was all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I think 7 and 9 are like the definitive ones for me. Like I would have loved if we got a GS Cup kind of thing, like 2 restricted. So I feel like that would have been more balanced. Right now it's a lot of matchup roulette, but yeah, so 7 and 9.
I'm over here shaking my head no, and Carl's like, why haven't they done this yet?
Give me my double restricted. I want to play Zacian and Yveltal on the same team. Is that too much to ask?
Yes.
No.
Stop it. Get
No,
some help.
We're fine. We can do this. We'll be fine.
So, what do you think of Dynamax compared to like the other gimmicks that have been in Pokemon games? Obviously, you haven't played with them competitively,
Yeah, no,
and honestly, I really haven't either. And like Carl hasn't really either. But like playing through the games and watching content from older games is like. So what are your thoughts?
I don't know if it's a hot take or not, but I think Megas look really cool. I think they are garbage competitively, and I think Max.
Thank you.
I think Max is the best one they've had so far. Z moves are kind of the same way. I think that Pokemon like it lacks opportunity cost, I guess, and like you can just throw your biggest stuff out right from the get go, and there's no real penalty. Like PP doesn't mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
And Megas are also like why would you like, there's like a few niche cases I saw, like you don't want your Gyarados to be dark or you want your Kangaskhan to have Scrappy or something, but beyond that, like there's no reason to not just click that button the second you get it. Like Dynamax is opportunity cost. You got to give something up to do it. You got to make sure that you don't waste your turns. Like I think it's really well designed. Competitively, it's just kind of boring because you just get big.
People are gonna think we just softballed that question at you.
No, I've thought about that a lot.
Carl and I are very much in the same boat. Where it's just
Yeah.
like these are garbage mechanics. Casually, they are fantastic. Please don't make me play with them ever again.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, like I loved my like Fabio Ampharos back in Gen 6,
Yeah.
but yeah, you probably weren't ever bringing that ever, and there would be like no way you ever would.
Oh God, no.
It's like back when I did play a little bit in like Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. It's like I really like Mega Mawile. This thing's super cool, and so like I tried really hard to make it playable, and I mean it was fine. It was not good by any means, but it was fine. Having access to huge power makes so many more mons so viable if they had it.
Of course it does.
Like
Yeah, I think Mile is like probably on the better end, right? Like, but if you liked Mega Beedrill and you were just done, like, sorry, you're not running that.
Yep, nope, can't do
Things
that.
like Heracross and Beedrill, just like all the bugs. I was gonna say Heracross and Pinsir too. It's just like,
It's the same principle as single restricted, right? That like, yeah, like Lugia is good. Lugia has great stats. If it wasn't restricted, you bring it to every match, but you've got to use it in the same place that you could have Zacian in. So why would you ever?
Exactly. Why would you ever bring anything else?
Yeah, and that's been like my one complaint about these restricted formats. It's just like Zacian's really good.
Yeah.
Did you know having plus one attack on a base 170 attack mon is really good? And like, oh no,
idea.
you can't Dynamax. But when it's one-shotting Dynamax mons, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
So, next question I think we got here. Where did you start your team building process? And if you were to play this in the future, what would you change?
Okay, so for this tournament for Series 11,
So we're
Specifically
we're
your hot dog team here, yeah.
I started this because I'm sorry, I know that if I had something more interesting, it probably would have been way better for this, but I wanted to do well in this tournament, and I looked at what did really well in Series 8, and it was Sun, and the only reason I didn't run Groudon is because I wanted a Sun team that didn't have moves that missed every other turn. And yeah, so it's Zacian plus Sun pretty much. And
because
honestly,
Torkoal
I think that
is strictly better than Groudon.
and it's sad, right? Like I want that 100% accurate P-Blades, but it's never coming. So
exactly.
yeah, I I think Sun is just like, it's a really cool idea in theory. It's just too much for this format because like once you have so much power concentrated in a restricted Dynamax mon, like anything that can threaten to slow that down, that can threaten to neutralize it entirely, like Sleep, becomes incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
Like, it says like something that Kyogre is better. Like Torkoal makes Kyogre a better Pokemon in this format. Like that's insane.
The idea of like neutralizing their Dynamax is like the same idea behind like Trick Eject button, Lagging Tail.
Yeah.
Of course, you have Thunder Wave here on Grimstar. Like, dude, I know Carl is a big like proprietor of playing Scary Face, but like, did you see the
I got to watch it, yeah.
the match where I had my opponent Zacian get triple parried, and it's just like, I would have lost this game had this been anything else.
It happens so much more than you'd think.
It's actually crazy. I was on the same page as Carl, and then like that game, and then a few others. I'm just like, this is stupid.
You haven't gotten beaten by Lando enough yet.
That's true.
So,
Let me tell you, when you get beat by Lando, you want to go to Scary Face very, very quickly.
Like logically, like I hate variability. I hate any kind of like no accuracy move, but like not full accuracy move. But it happens so much. I have to apologize to Neighbor Naughty. Like it shouldn't. I didn't deserve to win at least one of our games, maybe two, and it just T-Wave.
Just T-Wave wins games. Yep.
So what would you change about the team now? Is there anything?
Literally nothing.
Nothing. Just gonna keep it as is. Cool. That mean it'll just last and ride the way.
I'm done playing it. It's kind of boring now. Like even if I like kept winning, but like I don't think there's anything that you can like necessarily change about this archetype. There are awkward matchups, but I don't think there's anything I'd change because it would mess up other matchups.
Yeah.
Yeah. I after playing this all week, it's just like, all right, this team's really, really good.
Yeah.
It's like, this team makes me look good at this game. I'm okay with that.
I was gonna say, yeah, Carter needs some wins every now and then.
Dude, just
like I'm really happy with the spreads, but it's not me being a brilliant team builder. It's just this archetype is very, very good in this format, and I don't think they really thought about it all that much when they brought it back.
So did you design this yourself, or was this just like, all right, I'm just going to copy and paste someone else's team?
So first off, no, I mean, Hot Dog is the same 6 pretty much. Like you can do cute stuff like bring Sableye, your Sunsetter or something like that, but I think it's just strictly worse. Like these 6 were the 6. The thing that's a little out there is the Landorus set, I think, in that it's like almost no offense. It is adamant, but it only hits like the lowest breakpoint. Otherwise, it's just all bulk, and it has Rock Tomb, and that was so. Quick shameless plug, I do a lot of lessons with Paul Ruiz. He's like 2018 world champ, and he on Metafy, I like, it's not cheap, but it's reasonable. It's like very reasonable rates for a world champion to coach you by the hour, right? And that Lando set and a lot of the different calcs came from lessons with him, and it was me and I don't know if y'all have met Pierre. He goes by Angel Lost on the Discord.
Yep,
we were both getting coached by Paul at the time, and we were both running the same team. So every time we'd have a lesson, you get a little DM that says like, "Hey, like ran to this matchup. This is bad." Like, yeah, exactly. Oh, I mean, Paul didn't like give us this team. He was kind of like realizing like, "Oh, this is like, yeah, we don't have anything for this matchup. Let's just change this thing real quick." And like we just refined it over time, and eventually like, you'll see that like the team report, literally every spread has like a reason behind every single number in it.
Yeah.
Personally, I just want to say I love the Rock Tomb on Landorus.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's so good. Like for all the reasons that Light Screen is good, like that Thunderwave is good, Rock Tomb is also good. Like sure you have the chance of missing your attack, but like you have that same chance with Rock Slide, but to a lesser extent, but also multiplied because there's 2 mons. So then just being like, all right, sure, you're not getting flinched, but instead you're going to be slower than my mons. And I think specifically on
it's so much more valuable.
Like this, it's so much better.
Yeah.
And like if you're playing Lando this bulky, if you play it with AV, so you're not going Lum Swords Dance, you're not going Life Orb or like anything offensive, then you're not doing that much damage anyway. Like yes, it has a nice attack stat, but like Rock Slide is spread and it's not stab. Earthquake like gets messed up by grassy terrain and it messes up your Zacian. It's nice next to Charizard, but like you're not doing much damage. So the fact that you have like this pseudo electro web when they never expect it to come is great. Like so many players mess up because they think the turn order is going to go differently than it does.
Yep.
Like, all right, cool. I'm faster than you. Oh, I'm not.
I am no longer
This
faster
is really
than you.
bad all of a sudden. Yeah, it's the number of games that I've won because Rock Tomb has changed the speed order is just absurd.
So yeah, I'm looking through this. I remember playing Sun at the end of Series 8, and the Charizard I played with was an Assault Vest. It was some weird Assault Vest set that was super popular. Like Battle Room played it, the PC something other, and a couple other people were playing it. And I ended up just copy pasting it and just playing with it. And it felt fine. How's Life Orb feel? I feel like Life Orb is just so much damage.
So strong. Okay, so quick another plug. So I did a video team report for this game. If you take a look at game 3 against Padallac, Charizard just gets 3 consecutive Wildfire Okos, and then the 4th Mon just dies to residual, like as the 3rd one goes down. Like it's the craziest calc I saw was that Blast Burn or Wildfire in Sun will Oko a Rotom Heat if it's not maxed.
There was a match I played where my opponent had Venusaur out and was switching into Groudon. So they set the Sun.
I saw that. Yeah, the Groudon just dies, right?
Oh.
So the fun thing was like the Assault Vest set was calced to do that same thing as well. As like you could with Assault Vest, you still get to Oko with Max Wildfire and just blow it up in the sun. But with this Life Orb set, you just pick up every Oko. Yeah. I think you could under the sun.
Things that resist it don't live from 100%. And like Rotom Heat is bulky and it's fire type and it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it just dies.
So yeah, I was doing calcs for Rotom Heat for the Friday deep dive, and it's just like there's certain things that Rotom Heat, even as an electric fire type, just can't survive. That it would normally just take.
I did not realize how much you could actually do to like opposing Rotoms until we're talking about it now. So because like otherwise I'm just like, you seem kind of weak to Rotom. Like you have like Grimmsnarl to set screens so you don't completely die to it, and then you have like exactly Landorus to threaten it, but otherwise it threatens Zard, Venu, and Zacian, so it's just like, this doesn't line up exactly right, we're very dead. So knowing that calc is kind of absurd.
Yeah. Like for the AV set, you didn't have to worry about it because you were running Ancient Power, so you can just max Rockfall into it in the sun, and it would deal a decent chunk to it anyway.
What's sick about that is then you change the weather so you don't take your solar power
exactly.
damage too.
that was the fun part. I did that a lot. My other question was about this Venusaur. A lot of the Venusaurs run Max Quake, and instead we're running Sludge Bomb. Is that just for like just incidental, like hit a fairy type with it every once in a while, or?
It's mostly because we're running, so it's fast and it's bulky and it's not that strong, and we have weakness policy, so like, the ideal world is that they don't see that coming and I set screens and they hit me with an airstream and I take less than 50% and I just murder everything and then I swap in Torkoal to be even faster. But a lot of times that doesn't happen, and so like, either it's game 2 and they saw it happen and they're not going to be that nice to me again, or they can just kind of tell it's coming because I led Venugrim. Like having a +1 is really nice. And also we've got ground coverage with Charizard. We've got ground coverage with Lando. Like it's just unnecessary, I think. And like I think it's less that I give up Sludge Bomb or it's less that I have Sludge Bomb in place of that than it is Weather Ball, and Weather Ball is just so useful. Like
it's really good for the mirror. I wish more Pokemon I wish more people would use Weather Ball on Venu. Mm-hmm. It's really good, and I don't think enough people have caught on to that yet. Did you happen to listen to last week's episode over like all the data and everything?
I did, yeah. It seems like most people took the same kind of stance as me. Is like, I'd love to do something cool, but I would like to win more.
Son, so I'm gonna slap Venucoal on everything.
Everything.
So, what is your thought process behind seeing exactly 0 Eliki in this tournament?
Yeah, that was actually really nice, honestly, because it messes with my Charizard a lot. Like so I played against one Trick Room Cali Ice team, and so like my game plan into that is to just like, if they don't have Mimikyu, I can just murder their setter before they can do it because Charizard is stupid.
Yep.
But if they do have Mimikyu, then all I have to do is set screens and stall out with Zacian and Substitute and Torkoal, just being slower than everything. But that gets complicated because now people are starting to run like Life Orb Aleki next in the same team as a Calyrex, and they'll throw a Gothitelle in there, and you have to worry about Trick Room stuff with Cali, or you have to worry about a Life Orb Max Lightning off of Rising Voltage with Helping Hand and Gothitelle stopping you from switching out. And I was really like, that matchup scares me. That like might be what I try to play next, honestly. But I was lucky; it was just hard Trick Room, so it didn't matter. Yeah, I think Aleki is underrated. I think people should play it more.
It's so absurd. I've been playing it next to Gothitelle and Cali Shadow. It's like, all right, cool. You led wrong. You're dead.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm doing the exact same thing with Life Orb as a max target, just blow people up. And there was a match forever ago on ATX Friendlies. I played against Gil. And I brought Charizard. He brought Eleki, and like Electro Web did like 60% to my max Charizard on turn 1. I'm just like, that is actually absurd. Please stop. So, really looking over the stats from the Invitational, 0 Colossal as well, which
that was surprising.
Yeah, honestly,
that is very surprising.
I am very surprised. I feel like Colossal could have been kind of problematic. I know you have sent me your notes over like matchups and stuff. So what do you think of the Cole matchup?
So Cole's interesting in that like it really strongly depends on what is next to it. Like the Joe UX9 Yveltal kind that is like kind of Wolfie's team, but with an Yveltal instead of Moltres. That one you can actually go Venusaur, which is really cool because you can set screens, get your weakness policy procced, and then like because Cole even at +2, it's not actually that strong, right? Like it doesn't kill things as easily as you'd think it does. It just kind of everybody's terrified of it. And so you get your weakness policy with Venusaur through light screen. You just kill its partners, and then like you can Thunder Wave it, and you can set Sun, and suddenly you're faster than Steam Engine Cole. But the problem comes in that a lot of them don't like the like balanced like pivoty kind of Wolfie team. They like hyper offensive. A lot of people go like Cole plus Zacian and Dragapult or Thundurus. And then when that mode comes in, like you can't deal with Zacian and Dragapult with Venusaur, you're just gonna die. So that kind you have to play really defensively and go like Landorus and set screens and pivot and just eventually get the right matchup. But the cool thing is that this Zacian is fast enough that if you paralyze a Cole, you can outspeed it with Zacian, and then Behemoth Blade is going to do most of its health when it's maxed.
That is good to know.
So that's a big calc. What is the one matchup that like if you see it, you're just like it doesn't matter how well I play, we're losing this. What is your absolute?
I don't think that exists. I'll be real. Like I don't think you hard lose anything. I think that Calyrex Ice plus Aleki thing is a 50-50 coin flip. I think if you lead wrong,
it literally comes down to how they lead versus how you lead.
Yeah.
If you call it incorrectly, you're gonna have to struggle through. But if you call it correctly, it's like, all right, cool. It doesn't matter what you do, we win.
Exactly. I mean, I don't think it's like that. Like I had, I think it was Pocoyo played the Calyrex Ice team.
Yeah.
And like we had a good set. Like the game I lost, I was a little upset because it was off of a double eruption crit.
Oh.
But
oof.
But I also targeted badly. I could have gotten around that, so that's still on me. But like it's still a game. Like I stall out all their turns but one, and then it's a mind game of are you gonna do the double trick room thing with Calyrex and Mimikyu, or are you gonna just kill me while I try to attack? So that's terrible. I don't like this team is really good. It's really consistent. I think in a best of 3 you have an amazing you have a chance to win literally any matchup, but I don't think it has a lot of guaranteed wins either. Like
I will.
It covers all its bases.
After playing with it the last week or so, it's like, all right, I know what I did wrong in this game. Like in this instance, this is what I would do instead. And there's never been a game where I feel like, all right, I could not have won this regardless of what I did. It never comes down to RNG screwed me over so much I can't possibly win this game. It's always, well, if I had done this instead, if I had targeted down this mon instead, we win this game. Or, it's always very, very close.
That is, unfortunately the nature of this format, I think, is that there is a lot of 50-50s, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it. Like, the finals, the winners final and grand final against Neighbor Naughty, like either of us could have won that off of a coin. Like, so they played Grimmsnarl Dialga, and it was a Life Orb Dialga.
Mm-hmm.
I think I only saw 3 of its coverage moves, so I don't know. I don't actually know if it was running like Trick Room or Protector. I just never saw the 4th move, but it was they had Rockfall, I guess, off of Power Gem. They had Rockfall, they had Max Ice, and they had Max Steel, so which was off of Steel Beam, super cool.
Yeah.
And they led that next to Grimmsnarl with Fake Out, Fake Tears, Scary Face, Spirit Break, and so I led Venu Grim into that. They led Dialga Grim into that almost every game, and all but one where I definitely should have lost and got a double crit. So RNG back for me, but like that beginning turn is just the game 1. I actually got a sleep powder off, and then for the rest of the set they played scared of sleep powder. But if they didn't, then they would have just run away with it from the beginning, and it's just total mind game, rock paper scissors every game.
Yeah.
The last attack on the Dialga is Roar of Time.
Is it okay? So it's Dragon. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I was trying to bait a Max Quake that never didn't exist then, so that's cool.
Yeah, after you started talking about it, I'm like, I'm pretty sure it was Dragon coverage, but I couldn't remember, so I just pulled it.
Yeah, they never used it, I don't think. Yeah.
What's really sweet about their team is they also have Fake Tears and Fake Out on their Grimmsnarl instead of Screens.
Yeah.
So it's just like, all right, this is gonna mess somebody up. So.
Yeah, that's a sweet set for that Grimmsnarl.
Oh, it did. Yeah, even with my bulk, even with Light Screen, Fake Tears, Hailstorm, just deleted Venusaur.
Yeah, it's probably the team I'm gonna play this next week for laddering. I haven't nailed anything down yet, but I figured what's better to lead off with after playing the winning team, why not play the second place team too?
Yeah,
So
I think it was by far the most creative team I played in this tournament. Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on the entire tournament as a whole? Is there any match that like specifically sticks out to you? Minus the one that won it all.
Yeah, I was like. Definitely the Neighbor Naughty games. There was one where I absolutely should have lost, and then I got a crit Sacred Sword, barely lived in Earth Power, crit Vine Lash, and it was just I did not deserve that. I was gonna say the game against Cadillac I mentioned with the 3 Wildfire Ogres was just so great because they led Dragapult Landorus, and it was like the most hyper offensive lead possible, and I had a super passive lead. I think it was Grimmsnarl Torkoal, so I was like, if they attack right now I will lose this, but I don't think they would ever max into. But I was like, this is going to be a hard read. You're good, you're never gonna like max Airstream into a Torkoal, it's going to burn you. So I swapped in Charizard and paralyzed the Dragapult, and then from then it's just like, well, I have speed control, I have Charizard, and you didn't, and you Sword Stanced up because you figured you could be greedy. And yeah, like that. I was really happy with that one. That was like a hard read that I would have lost probably otherwise.
That's awesome. I need to go watch your team report. So, like I said, I haven't had an opportunity to. So, like everything you're talking about,
it's long. It's like 40 minutes.
Yeah,
I do not blame you. Yes,
it's a long.
I tried to clip it down to just the highlights. I probably could have done a better job. But yeah, set 3, game 3.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm really excited to go watch it. So, deterring off of like this specific tournament and going in a more broad sense, what is your like typical play style? Is there anything that just like, this is what I want to play in every format if it's good?
I want to do like, I really like not necessarily weakness policy. I think weakness policy is kind of like, it was nice on Venusaur, but I just like bulky offense. That's what I play pretty much. Like that's the thing I settle into every format. So like, I think Series 8 I did Lapdog, which was like get the bulk, disable them, and like take them out in the end game. I think Series 7 I was mostly like I ended up doing a Dragonite team there. Like that would have been more fun than this. But it was like Clefairy plus a big max target, either Dragonite, Heatran, or Rotom Wash, I think, and then just clean up with Miracle Seed, Boom, and Urshifu in the end game. Like anything with like a lot. Like I don't love the like super hyper offensive speed control type of ones. Like I think those are completely viable. Yeah, those are totally viable teams. It's just never clicked with me, and I always like overlook something or like barely miss my kill and then I die. I feel like it's just more consistent to play something like I love Screens. It's just very consistent. I've been trying to do some like Thunderous Incarnate stuff instead of Grimmsnarl, and like it just feels so much worse.
I understand.
I can see that. Yeah.
Tailwind is cool, but like past that, it's like, all right, I guess I click Icy Wind when I'm already faster. Great.
Yeah.
And so, what would be some tips that you would give to newer players?
I would say, like, first, like, everyone wants to win with their favorites. I think my first team was something absurdly dumb, but like, I think it's really smart to find out what the good things are first. Like, I know that Venusaur, Torkoal, and every team is really boring. Nobody wants to play with Incineroar and Landorus and Dragapult and blah blah blah. But I think it's really important to understand why those things are good and what their roles are in the meta. And like, if 70% of all people use Incineroar, there's a reason why, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you don't have to do that yourself eventually, but you should at least play with it to like see why it's good and then learn what roles it fulfills, and then you can do your favorites. And like, that's pretty much what my whole YouTube channel is, just like, can I take this underused mon and like find a role for it that is usually they end up with just one niche, whereas a really good mon would have really good role compression and be able to do that and something else.
Mm-hmm.
But like, anything can be good, you just need to like really understand what it does and what it needs to support it.
Yeah, having the right support can make anything good, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, to kind of relate that back to what I've been doing, I've been playing Tauros. It's like, yeah, this is fine. It's probably much worse as, like, compared to Incineroar, but it's cool and it's fast, but past that, that's about it. So
yeah, you can make it work. It's just,
yeah,
you probably won't do it with like 5 other Tauros like mons on your team too.
No. There's a reason it's sitting next to Kali Shadow. It's like, all right, we're just gonna blow things up, and that's gonna be good enough.
Yeah.
But my first team that like I ever took to a tournament, I played a lot of things prepping going into that tournament. I remember trying out like Iron Fist, Infernape. Played like 3 matches with it. I'm like, all right, this is actually garbage.
You found that out at the tournament?
No, I ended up playing Politoed Mega Swampert. Like, so I played Hard Rain. I'm like, all right, if I don't play against any like bulky grass types, I'll be fine. And then I proceeded to play 7 of them.
Yeah, I am really looking forward to live events. I'll definitely make it down to the Orlando one in March.
Yeah, that's like, live events are a whole different ballgame, man.
Yeah.
They're the atmosphere is just unreasonably amazing.
Yeah.
I cannot stress that enough. If you've never been to one, I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
It is so cool.
I think it'd be a lot of fun. I'll miss my damage calc, but that's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
when we went to Collinsville in 2020, neither of us made day 2. I think we played like 2 side events, and it's just like, let's go open Pokemon packs.
Yeah.
So like, it was like a group of like 6 of us, and we sat there and opened packs for like 4 hours.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll be the grown adult spending way too much money at the merch hall, and that's just fine.
There's a lot of really cool things that you will see. It's like, man, I really want to spend $300 on a Pikachu, but I, am not financially able to.
Yeah.
If I bring home a single card and my girlfriend goes, "Why is the bank account so empty now?" I would have some explaining to do.
Yeah.
I really should have taken this interview on my Snorlax beanbag. That's fine.
That's
That's
fine.
a great investment.
So, before we wrap up here, man, do you want to do some shout outs and everything to plug all your stuff here?
Yeah, so you can find me Twitter, Rowan W Hall, YouTube, it's rhall1705. Thanks to Angel Lost and Captain Unova on the Discord. Thank you to Paul Ruiz again. Check him out on Metafy. It's fantastic value. I have been like getting great results thanks to his coaching for pretty much since I started. It's amazing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks so much for having me on.
Dude, this has been
our pleasure.
A blast. I would have you on anytime that you want to come on.
So just reach out.
So, I greatly appreciate your time tonight, man. And unless you have anything else to say, any questions for us or anything?
No, I'm good. Keep organizing these
Cool.
things next year. I'll participate anytime.
Yeah, we will have a survey going out soon. Don't quote me on when that's going to be or anything, but
yeah,
we'll get a survey out, get some feedback, and definitely be firing more next year, and hopefully bigger and better next year.
So yeah, goals
exactly,
always
yeah.
go bigger and better.
So
And start EV training in BDSP.
Yeah, start getting that figured out.
But that's all I got for you, man. I greatly appreciate your time tonight. So
Cool. Y'all have a good night.
hey,
too.
thanks,
Thank you.
man. So that was awesome, man.
Yeah.
I'm really glad to have him on. Like I said, I am more than willing to have him on to talk anytime he wants to. So
Agreed.
So let's end the day today talking about some Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Yeah, I'm super excited for this because, like I said, I'm going in blind. I don't want anything to spoil anything about it. I've seen what they've shown me. I saw the legendary encounters thing for Ramanon's whatever the park. I saw the trailer for that.
Yes, which I actually haven't.
So I might be able to pull that up for you.
What I will say is they have removed Pal Park, so that's where this is going to be. As to specifically what you're gonna find there, I will leave that up to everyone else because I'm not gonna spoil that. But there is a lot going on that I am very, very excited for. Yeah, so this is all the lead up to Pal Park, and past that, man, I really have no idea.
So I got to watch this because you get legendary encounters in the park. They tell you this. It's like this is the whole trailer about it. You have encounters at the park.
Oh, so this all came out yesterday. Cool.
Yeah.
So that is it is confirmed that this is where you're gonna get your legendaries, which I'm assuming this is where you're gonna get your Reggie, so you can actually encounter Reggie Gigas. That's obviously not confirmed, and I haven't heard anything about it. But
yeah, we have no idea about the Reggies. The ones they confirmed, Brilliant Diamond gets Ho-Oh and the dogs, and Shining Pearl gets Lugia and the other legendary birds.
Okay.
And then there was a link up thing with like Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee and Jirachi to get Mew, and with Sword and Shield for Jirachi, things like that. So that's super duper cool. But then that's all they really give us.
Which that was also found fairly early in the data mine. They're just like, hey, these are in the game. We don't know how you get them.
Well, now we do.
Oh, sweet! They're giving us Manaphy as well.
Yep, you get a Manaphy egg for a pre-order bonus or whatever.
Which means we also get access to Fion.
Yeah.
Which you get that through breeding Manaphy, if I remember correctly. But
Correct.
It doesn't evolve into Manaphy.
Correct.
It's not. It's a really weird thing.
It's a weird thing. Yeah, it's a whole weird setup. But yeah, that's how it works. You breed Manaphy. You don't get another Manaphy. You get a Fion. And it's the other whole new Pokemon that's not Manaphy.
So, what specifically do you know about Diamond and Pearl? So I don't go too far into it. Do you know the gyms and everything? I'm assuming you've watched speedruns of it.
Yeah, I've watched speedruns of it, so I know the gyms. I know
Cool.
most of the typings. I kind of know the order, not really. I know what Gen 4 Pokemon are.
Cool. So I will say that, as we anticipated, it's only going to be the Diamond and Pearl Pokédex. You're not going to be able to bring in new Pokemon. You're not going to be able to do anything like that. So it is a true Sinnoh game.
Yeah.
Which honestly,
That's fine.
man, that's literally what I wanted.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be able to play through Sinnoh with a Toxtricity.
Yeah, with the Zacian just on your team. No, we wanted Gen 4 to be Gen 4. What we want is that Gen 4 stuff to then go to Sword and Shield. That's what we want.
Which again, we don't have any information about
home compatibility, how any of that's going to work yet. So
I'm pretty sure Pokemon Company said 2022,
which would be it would make sense to do everything at the same time. Let's just do Gen 4, let's do Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and Pokemon Legends Arceus all in one update. It makes the most sense.
I legit forgot we're getting Arceus in January.
Yeah, I haven't pre-ordered that yet either.
I legitimately forgot that's also a game we're getting.
Yep. So we're getting Arceus in January, and then like I said, I expect it to be like March for home integration.
I would be surprised. I'm hopeful that it's like, oh, Arceus comes out today. Here's the update. I'm hopeful that that's what it's going to be, but I also realize that that's probably not what it's going to have happen.
No.
Like you said, March is probably accurate.
It would tie in with everything that they're doing. Like you get IRL events back in March. It's just before we get the another new series, so it gives you time to gather stuff up on home, move stuff over to home, get ready for a potential series that has access to Basculegion and Weird Deer and all the Hisuian forms for Zorua and Zorark. And
I'm really, really hoping there's a huge Sword and Shield update. There's like, everything can come in now. You're welcome.
It could be that. You could get that. I know a majority of what we're missing on Sword and Shield is from like Gen 3, Gen 4. There's a good chunk there.
Yeah, there is a solid chunk from Gen 4 that we're missing. The big one in my eyes is still Honchkrow, because it's so cool. That's a lie. I really want Gliscor.
Yeah, everybody knows you want Gliscor.
Which, they have found out that I believe all 493 Pokemon are either transferable or like that. You know, it does have the Gen 4 Pokédex available.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, most of that is going to be National Dex post-game stuff, so you're not going to be able to find everything immediately. Which again, it's a Sinnoh game. That's not what I want from a Sinnoh game.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it means you just lack of fire types early game.
Yep.
Unless you're picking Chimchar.
Trust me, I will be. It is.
Yeah, you will be. I won't.
Yeah, it's great, man.
I'm not gonna be.
Good luck.
Turtwig, let's go.
But honestly, man, you know your Pokemon that were good back in Diamond and Pearl for your teams and everything for the game are still going to be good. Obviously, Cynthia is an insanely hard trainer.
Mm-hmm. I do know that. I have not played Gen 4, but I do know that Cynthia is notorious for being one of the hardest champions to beat.
Yeah, it's really insane, and like even then, it's just like, oh, this team's really good. I am very excited for everything that's been leaked. Because, you know, obviously you haven't seen it. I really want to talk to you about it. Because, dude, there is some stuff that's just like, why? Why are they doing this now? But at the same time, I'm just like, thank goodness this is happening.
Like, thank goodness they're doing it now.
Everyone who's seen the stuff is just like, I know what he's talking about, and I really want to talk about it too.
Nope, I am spoiler free. Do not tell me.
Come next week.
Next Friday,
all bets are off.
Yep, next Friday. Once I have the game in my hands, and I probably will burn through it as fast as possible. Then you can probably tell me stuff.
Yep. Dude, there's so much. It's so cool. But you know, stuff like I'm gonna pull up the Diamond and Pearl decks.
I was about to say I had a box of stuff pulled up on Showdown. Talk about just like, here's all this stuff that's going to be really good, and it won't pop. It didn't save it for some reason, so the box is gone.
Womp. So actual Diamond and Pearl decks, things that are good. Obviously a majority of people are very, very faithfully going to use their starter. Like that is a thing. You're almost always going to be locked into playing with your starter. Not really surprised. Staraptor is obviously very good because it has access to Intimidate. Being a flying type also means that you're able to deal with Aaron as an Elite Four member, being, you know, the bug Pokemon.
The drug Pokemon?
Yeah, man. Look.
I was actually going to look, how many Intimidators do we get in the form in Gen 4?
Let's see, you have Staraptor.
Oh, we get Arbok. That's a thing. I forgot about that.
That's National Dex.
I know, but still, it's like Arbok is a thing.
So actual end game, you get Staraptor, 50% of Luxrays, Gyarados, Scrolling really far here, man.
I don't know, bub.
That's it.
Things I noticed like while I was looking at this list is like Star Raptor, Gyarados, Luxray.
That's it. Those three.
Yeah, those three are like for your main playthrough. I'm talking like for potential battles on Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. You have access to the whole national deck at that point. You get like Arcanine,
True.
Arbok, other cool stuff like that. Like, I don't care about the story mode. The story mode, I'm just gonna play with whatever I can find. Like, it's
For
cool.
sure.
I'm interested in
what
we get for like.
I'm following.
Maybe we could play an event on Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and if there's a doubles on there, we could do that, or we can play draft leagues on there and do that stuff of that nature. That's what I was looking for.
Okay, so along those lines, there's actually a lot of really unique ones. I'm 99% sure we're going to be able to get hidden abilities in the game. I'm not entirely sure how or anything else, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to. I would be very surprised if we're not.
I would assume it's just like home transfer ins, right?
Or we have access to ability patches now, so they might be in the game. The items have been leaked, but I didn't look at it that closely. And just because there's an item in the game doesn't mean that it's actually coded in the game.
Oh, we get Grand Bull as an Intimidator? That's cool.
You get Mawile.
Oh, we get Salamence too. I forgot about that. You can play a Taurus.
Hell yeah. Let's see. Simple B Barrel. That's actually something that you could do. Also, Moody B Barrel.
Moody B Barrel.
Yeah. Let's see. What else is in here that we haven't played with? Does Golem do anything? Probably just dies, right?
Probably just dies. How bad is Bastiodon?
It is bulky.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, it being bulky and having access to sturdy is pretty god-awful.
Did we get anything cool? I don't think so.
Nope.
So we get Toxic.
Awesome.
Toxic and Roar.
And Protect.
And Protect. We're good. And Substitute. Oh boy.
What does Golem do?
Nothing.
Look, man, I want a Golem.
Unless it's a Lowland Golem, it does nothing. Oh, we can do curse things. We can just become super buff.
I feel like there was something I was doing a while back that I was using Bastiodon. And I don't remember what it was. I feel like this is not the first time I've talked about Bastiodon lately.
That's because we talked about it last week. We were talking about fossils.
I feel like specifically I was looking at, like, doing stuff with it. Was that last week?
That was last week.
Alright, cool. What does Floatzel do? Does it do anything cool?
I don't know. I don't even know what Floatzel does.
That's why I'm asking.
You got a base speed of 115, so you're fast in rain.
You have Swift Swim. Does that have other abilities?
Not in the current, not without like hidden abilities though.
Okay, what about hidden abilities?
I don't know what it'd be. This is Gen 4. This is VGC 2010.
Alright, so switch it. Go to National Dex.
Water Veil.
Okay, so no.
So no.
So it has Swift Swim. That's cool. Especially since, like, you could do rain things with, like, Politoed and...
You have 105 base attack. That's not bad either.
It honestly isn't. And, like, 85 special attacks, nothing to scoff at. The problem is like, you're frailer than all get out.
I mean, if you're just playing this like you would play like a Barraskewda. You just hit really hard. You're fast. You just
do
hit
get
hard.
Baton Pass. Do we get setup moves? We have Bulk
Up.
Up. Bulk Up Baton Pass is cool. Taunt is cool.
All the hidden power you could ever want. Sonic Boom. Neat.
I feel like that's an egg move.
That's weird.
Man, more water types need access to Water Spout. I'll say it. I'll say what no one else was thinking.
What other Swift Swimmers are there?
I don't know. My list is from Cerebi and it doesn't have abilities listed. It's just the Pokédex.
Well, guess what? I can just search.
Does Whiscash get it? It gets Watervale, I think.
Floatzel, Gorbis, Huntail, Kabutops, Kingdra, Ludicolo, Luminion, Luvdisc, Mantine, Omastar, Quillfish, Relicanth, Seeking. Neat.
You didn't say a lot there I was excited about. Kabutops could actually be good.
Kabutops could actually be good.
Too bad you had to deal with Kingdra, too.
Yeah.
I don't know how good Kingdra's going to be in a non-max format, though. I feel like Hurricane Kingdra is like the big reason you're playing it.
Well, the reason you're playing Hurricane Kingdra in a non-Dynamax format is because you just want to max Airstream.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
In a non-Dynamax format, you don't care.
Yeah, but like you
get access to hidden power.
Plus, like, you don't have to worry about being speed crept by like Eliki anymore.
Like,
it's not going to be in the game.
You just get to run people over. Plus, you could do physical or special Kingdra. Like, all your stats are pretty even across the board.
It bothers me that they are. I don't know why, but it bothers me.
So, like, you get access to dragon moves, you get access to things like bounce if you want to do that. Hidden power is still an option. So there's stuff Kingdra can do that can actually make it a threat.
I don't know.
I guess Signal Beam. Neat.
I feel like I knew that.
I didn't.
That's interesting. Let's see. Does Roserade do anything? It's in Sword and Shield, isn't it?
Roserade is, yeah.
Interesting.
We get Crobat. Does Crobat get Tailwind in this game?
No. It only ever got it through Move Tutors, right?
It says it's available on the VGC 2010.
Interesting. Okay, maybe. Because you had Move Tutors in those games, I think.
Oh.
And Battle Resort, I'm
you
pretty
know
sure
what?
You did. I actually don't know the answer to this.
I'm going to find out. Where are you? Where are you?
Well, you do that. Do you want to? Is there anything you want to do with Mothim and or Wormadam?
No.
Cool. We get Gastrodon.
Oh yeah.
Gastrodon, if it has Storm Drain, is going to be sick. Ambipom gets Technician, so you can Technician fake out people.
Tailwind is from the Heart Gold Soul Silver move tutor.
That's really awkward because those aren't in Diamond and Pearl, Carl.
I just was wanting to know why it got it.
That's really awkward.
I didn't know why I got it. I wanted to find out how I got it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, Air Cutter's in this game.
Yeah, those are Platinum move tutors too. Did Diamond and Pearl not have move tutors?
Probably not.
That's really weird to me, but whatever.
They might put them in. Who knows?
Yeah, I legitimately have no idea.
If they do, Crobat might be a decent Pokemon.
I think it'd be your fastest Tailwind setter.
Tied with maybe Aerodactyl. If it got it.
Which I'm assuming if Crobat did.
If Crobat did, then it probably did.
Cool. Can you just search Tailwind on that? See, like,
yeah.
Who else has access to it? Is Pidgeot finally usable?
I don't know. Did you know that Giratina got Tailwind?
I do now!
I didn't. Aerodactyl, Altaria, Articuno, Beautifly, Beedrill, Butterfree, Castform.
What?
Chatot, Charizard, Dragonite, Drifblim, Dustox, Fearow, Flygon, Gliscor.
Gliscor gets it? That's sick! Alright, I'm on board.
I have to see how, like, is it actually, like, the move tutor probably doing all this for us?
I'm 99% sure.
Because that would be kind of cool if it wasn't. Also, the shiny for Gliscor is
It's
sick.
so good. I have one on Go, and it's just been sitting, waiting. It has guillotine, Carl.
Yeah, it does. It has to be.
Good.
Yeah, it's from that.
Well, while I'm on Cerebi, I can look it up.
It's from the move tutor. Does Dustox get it naturally? That'd be cool.
X and Y, Sun and Moon, Diamond, Pearl. Pokemon that learn Tailwind by level up. Butterfree, Pidgeot, Articuno, Xatu, Suicune, Pelipper. That's it.
Womp womp. Petition to put the move tutors in the game. Let's get them.
But Carl, Pidgeot. It can finally do something.
No.
Carl,
No.
why won't you let me do Pidgeot things?
You're base 91. You have, like, no ability.
You're also frail.
Like, this thing is...
83, 75, 70 bulk.
This
You're
is
not
garbage.
able to do anything.
This is garbage. Get this thing out of here.
It's so good, and I have a shiny.
No. Get it out of here.
Oh, man. Why do you hate fun?
Oh.
You get Feather Dance. You get Roost. You get Whirlwind. I can make this thing usable. Is it going to be good? Probably not, but it's going to be usable.
If we get hidden abilities, Venusaur gets to run rampant.
Because what is our Sun Center? We just have Torkoal?
Yeah.
What other chlorophyll users do we have?
Vileplume line.
Sick. On board.
Good question.
Eggy.
Executor, Tropius, Victory Bell line.
Sunflora gets solar power?
Yep.
That's sick.
Shiftry gets it. Jumpluff gets it.
I knew Shiftry did.
Tangela, Tangrowth.
I didn't realize Victory Bell did.
Yeah.
Not actually surprised by that, but that's
Victory Bell actually could decent with chlorophyll. Like,
base 70 is not terrible. 134. That's actually not awful.
max speed, timid. That ain't bad at all.
Why be timid when you can be jolly?
Either way, it was either one.
I mean, 105 versus 100. So
like it's literally that one really didn't matter. You could play physical or special depending on whatever you want to do.
Does Victory Bell get Sword Stance? I know it did in Gen 1.
Cresselia gets to be played. This will be fun.
No, stop it.
Let me play with Cresselia.
For the record, Victory Bell does get Sword Stance.
Well, I was about to say, I know it got it in Gen 1. That's about all I know.
What other physical moves do we get?
I don't know.
Sucker Punch? Why do we get Sucker Punch?
Ask the Pokemon Company.
Our best grass type attack is Razor Leaf.
Yeah, I think this game is going to be great, especially if they add in hidden abilities. You could definitely do like draft league stuff with this.
For sure.
And be fine. It'll be smaller pools than what we're used to. Like we're used to doing like 16-man pods, and we're not going to have it. We would have enough viable Pokemon for 16-man pods.
No, unless we allow for like double ups on Mons, which at that point is like.
Why are we even drafting then?
Yeah, just do like
8-person groups probably.
8 or 12. I know. I signed up for
the trash
RTT, which is I actually had to ask what it stood for, and I had to look it up again.
We didn't even talk about Meganium.
It's just not good, man. I wanted to be.
What was the hidden ability on Meganium?
Not triage.
No, this isn't your ROM hack. Get out of here.
Look, man, it should be.
This isn't your ROM hack. Get out of here.
I want it to be good.
Okay.
So it basically doesn't have an ability. Cool.
Nah, but it's still good bulk.
Let's
Are we
see.
sleep powder, I'm assuming? Do we even get sleep powder?
Redeem the Trash.
Redeem the trash.
It's the draft league I signed up for. 12-man pods. Really, really terrible mods that we're playing with, and I'm so excited. Kingler's available, and I'm gonna G-Max Kingler people.
Get them. Just get them.
Like the top tiered mons in this, so they break it down by points. They do most expensive mons are 20. They don't have anything that's 20. Their highest in this is 18. So it's 18 down to 1 point, and you have 110 points to build an 11 mon team. Okay? Following me so far?
Yeah.
The 18-point Pokemon. If I can get this to load. Or there's actually some really interesting ones, and I'm curious to hear your thought process here. Gourgeist, Guzzlord, Lycanroc Dusk, Magnezone, Mesprit, Purloin, Stoutland, Torracat, and Zoroark.
That was 18.
That's your highest tier.
What does Mesprit do that the rest of them don't?
I really don't know.
Magnezone being in there's about right. Magnezone's like on the cusp of VGC playable if Landorus wasn't in the format.
Magnezone's sick. Torracat's really cool.
Stoutland.
I think you can do more without Torracat. Like, spending your points lower is actually better. Poppy is going to be my front office for this, so him and I have been talking draft strategy since I signed up. I'm pretty sure I'm going to take Morgrim overall. Like, Morgrim at first.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, that seems really good, and it's like 10 points or something. But I went through and looked up every Pokemon that gets access to Fake Out and Intimidate. And the list is actually pretty long on both. Intimidate, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Pokemon. I went down to 5 points. I'm like, anything lower than that, I will look up at that point. And then Fake Out, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Technically 18 because you have 2 Mr. Mime forms and Mr. Rhyme as well. So
Nice.
not terrible. Not terrible. How many of those I'm going to take? Probably maybe 1. We were talking about taking Hitmonchan because it gets fast coaching access to Fake Out. Could be fine, but I'm interested to talk about that maybe next week, depending on when the actual draft fires and everything.
I'm going to share my creation with the world.
This is terrible. I hate it.
I love it. I love it. I'm going to share it. So, if we get Hidden Power, we get Hidden Power Rock.
Why specifically Rock?
Because we get to hit Fire types and we get to hit Ice types.
And Flying types.
And Flying types. We hit the trifecta.
Would Ice just be better?
No, because we can't hit Fire.
That's fair.
Everything else we don't really, like, we're not, like, super weak to. We literally just Toxic Stall.
This is awful.
I love it. Let's go.
I hate this. Nate's going to be watching this. He's like, Carter, we need to talk.
I'm going to get you in trouble.
I hate this.
I love it. Let's do more stuff like this.
Oh, Carl.
Let's do more stuff like this. This is what's fun.
I'm ready for them to just be like, and hear me out, Poison type. It's like, you can't hit that one, Carl. Can't hit that one super effectively.
Nope, but then we can just whittle it down with Rock and it'll be fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Or, you have 5 other
the whole rest of the team to deal with poison types. It's fine.
How do you beat Wheezing, Carl?
You use Cresselia and hit it with Psychic.
Stop it. I'm actually curious. I haven't looked. I don't know if new abilities are in the game. So I don't know if, like, neutralizing gas on Wheezing is a thing.
Oh, gosh. Please, no.
Wheezing Gigas?
Please, no. In a limited dex, that thing's going to run people over. There's no way you're going to stop it.
Doesn't that sound great? At least you don't have Dynamax on Gigas anymore.
No, but you still just hit everything like a truck.
Oh, man. I actually don't know if they are. I need to go do some digging.
Go do some digging, because, like, imagine, like, speed boost Blaziken in Draft League, in limited decks.
Still dies to a ham sandwich.
I mean, there's no Dynamax to blow it up this time, though.
It's still really frail.
It's still really frail, but if the format builds around it and you can actually do something with it, there you go. Unlike me, I'm stuck with not so great Swampert still, because they don't want to give Swampert Swift Swim.
Pre-download is available currently in Australia as of exactly this moment.
Oh, cool. I'm got the hard copies coming to my door soon, so.
I'm picking mine up.
Um,
Imagine being able to download a game and not being able to play it for a week.
Yeah. You ready to get out of here, bub?
I think so, man. I got a whole lot of nothing else to talk about. I am very, very excited to play this game next week.
Yeah.
I will be live Friday morning as soon as I pick up my copy and get it updated. Because there is a day 1 update.
Oh, of course there's.
It's 3 gigs.
Yeah.
People are mad.
Why?
It's 3 gigs. Because, Carl, I don't think you understand. They want to be able to plug it in and play.
You never can plug in and play a game. Ever.
You will literally not have that happen in the modern age.
Never.
No.
The fact that everything's hooked up to the internet all the time means that they can save time, get the games out to you a month and a half quicker than it normally would. We're going to get invaded by Izzy Fluff here soon.
So the best part of it, there's copies already out there, and people have been playing it. They've already released a 1.1 patch, because, sure, why not at this point? And there are things that are, removed from the 1.0 patch, and people are like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this doesn't actually exist. Why would they not have this? And it's in the 1.1 patch. It's because they were going to release it on
day one. Because you got the game illegally ahead of time.
I don't know what you anticipated. Of course you're going to get it.
You're just not getting it right now.
Yep. So, people complain about everything, and then, like I said, there's literally one piece of information that came out, and everyone just loves this game now.
Oh, of course.
And I literally can't wait for it. I learned today, in Platinum, you can fish for level 100 Magikarps.
Huh. Neat.
I did not know that.
I never played the game, so I didn't know either.
I don't think I've ever played the post game of Platinum, which is where you are able to fish for it.
Uh-huh.
It's that's weird. Because back then you couldn't rare candy.
Yeah, you can't evolve it, so it's...
So imagine fishing, hitting a level 100 Magikarp, and it'd be shiny. It's just okay. I'll take it, but I'm not happy about it.
Let's get out of here.
Alright, man. Alright, everyone. As always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you're not listening on YouTube, what are you doing? Go follow us on YouTube.
Yep.
If you're listening on YouTube, go follow us on all the audio podcast stations as well. We are literally able to be found anywhere you find your podcasts. Past that, you can follow us on Twitter at LR Lessons, myself at Mr. Missouri 25, and Carl's at Musical VGC. You can find us on Twitch at Mr. Missouri 25 and at Musical. Are you streaming next week? You streaming your
It depends on two things. One, if I am playing matches for the Zapdos League on Saturday or not.
Okay.
And two, I have no idea what my work schedule is yet.
Awesome. Just quit.
I know I'll be working Friday morning. I know that much.
Just
so
be
I
a
won't.
YouTubist
I won't be playing it until after I get off work.
I will be playing it before then.
Well, yeah. I'll probably have you on my phone while I'm at work.
So if you feel inclined, you can always go subscribe to us there. It helps keep the lights on. Obviously, it's not required, but it does help. And Twitch is free, so go follow us.
Yep.
Past that, we have the community Discord, so where you can interact with Carl and I on the daily, as well as the other 400 people in our Discord. Come join it. It's fantastic. I love every single one of them. We have the website. Go check out the website so you can pick up your own merch. We finally have merch out, and it's fantastic. Legit, these shirts are great. They are super comfy, and I will probably be ordering at least one or three more.
You can get the hoodie or in a bunch of different colors. There's long sleeve shirts, short sleeve shirts, all in a bunch of different colors as well.
There's stickers, and more importantly, there's coffee mugs.
Yeah, there's coffee mugs. We still haven't got the hat done yet. I'm still working on trying to find the best fit for that. But you'll know when we have one, because I'll probably have one.
I showed you we can get masks made, right?
Yeah, they were horrendous.
Really bad.
It was horrendous. It did not transfer well.
Go check out Rowan's stuff as well. I'm sure you're gonna have that plug down below. Go follow him on everywhere. Once again, thank you so much to him for coming on. Dude, I seriously can't thank him enough. It was great to have him on, to actually get to talk to him.
Take some time out of his day to come and hang out with us for a little bit.
To harass him for a little bit, for sure. And I think that's everything.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, everyone. Have a fantastic week, and we will see you next week with our definitive answers for how good Diamond and Pearl are, ignoring the fact that we haven't played them as of recording. So, have a good one, everyone. Peace.